Hey guys, what's up? It's Preach My Sports with another video. Sorry I'm not talking that loud because I'm in a library right now and I can't talk very loud. I'm actually doing something for school, but I want to go ahead and give the Broncos recap for the season. Like obviously we finished at 7-10, second straight year in the bottom of our division. And so we basically went nowhere. We might have had a better record, but it is what it is. We fell short of the playoffs. Had a chance, and they just didn't want it. I don't know what to say, but all I can say is I hope we do better next season. I mean, we're gonna have a different quarterback, and we fired Fangio, thank God, and that wop known as Shermer, but he's not a wop. He's a piece of crap though. But let's go over the stats, shall we? Like our leaders, like obviously Teddy Bridgewater, with over 3,000 yards passing. Gordon had over 918 yards rushing. I don't care. Williams is going to be our running back next year, so that doesn't really matter. Gordon fumbles too much. Williams was only like maybe 10 yards short of him. Sutton was our leading receiver. Tim Patrick, he had way more. I mean, Patrick, he's gonna be good. Kareem Jackson had the most tackles. Simmons had 5 interceptions. I don't care, Bondi. Simmons doesn't suck. Freaking CP. But those are the stat leaders, and obviously there's Drew Lock right there. I don't care. Drew Lock, he's better than Bridgewater. I don't care. He really won us against the Chiefs. Just Melvin Gordon ruined everything. He's a bum. But I just hope we get better. We're getting a new offensive coordinator, head coach. Should be fun. But we'll see what happens. And then obviously there's Javonte Williams with 983 yards. 903 yards. Bridgewater, nah. Drew Lock ran for 2 touchdowns. That's pretty good. But, Mike Boone. And receiving, this is what I have. I really think we should use Noah Fan more. He's good. The only problem I have with him, he just needs to be more physical. He's a tight end. Need to be physical. But he hasn't really shown it. He just shown he has speed, which I like, but give us strength and then he'll be a great tight end. He's good. He just needs to be utilized more. But I just really hope we get better. We finished at 7-10. We finished 1-5 in our division. Swept by the Raiders and Chiefs, but split with the Chargers. It's just disappointing. I don't know what to say. But I hope we do better from last year. Like, in my opinion, I feel like we could give Locke another year. Knowing Payton, he said there's a strong possibility that he could come back as our starter, especially if it's an offensive-minded head coach, because defensive mind, no. Like, in the draft, I wouldn't mind Matt Corral, but I'm tired of restarting these quarterbacks, and they all been bust. I still haven't given up Locke on that much. I'm not that much of a fan of him. I just like he's clearly improved. That Chiefs game, he did great. He might not have thrown a touchdown, but he ran for 2. He's shown improvement, and I like that. But Vic Fangio hated him. He must have did something. He must have messed with his wife or something. I don't know. But sorry, I'm talking too low. Just in a library. I'm in a library, so I can't talk that loud. But and then on defense, let's go to the defense side. Our defense was top 5 in the league, which is pretty good. I love our defense. Like, we don't get a lot of sacks, but our secondary is a strong point. And when you look at this, like, Kareem Jackson obviously led us in tackles, and Justin Simmons had a sack and a half with 5 interceptions that's leading us. Baron Browning did great. He didn't even play that many games. Sertan had 4 interceptions. That was a great pick. I don't care. Sertan is better than Fields, so yeah. Like the Broncos, this overall season has been a roller coaster. Like I don't know what to say. It's just been a roller coaster of a ride. Ups and downs, inconsistency, beating good teams and then losing to these mediocre ones. We beat the Cowboys but lost to the Eagles and just can't compete in division under Fangio. We need the right coaching staff to help out the offense particularly. But who knows? Like Fangio, Shermer was the worst. He ruined Locke, and Fangio he just doesn't care. George Payton does. I'm confident. We love him already, but we'll see what happens. Like I don't know who was our sack leader because we didn't get a lot of sack. Oh, wow. Our sack leader was Draymond Jones, 5.5 sacks. Oh wait, no, it wasn't. Oh wait, no, it wasn't. It was Shelby Harris. My bad. Shelby Harris had 6 sacks. We need a better defensive line, in my opinion. Someone to help Chubb and someone to help Harris. Draymond Jones, he's a backup. Malik Reed, I don't believe in him anymore. We need an O line. Cushionberry has to step up. Miners, I'd rather put him than Glasgow. Glasgow sucks. Bowles needs to step up a little more, and we need a right tackle. Dalton Rice looks like the only solid piece, but we need to go from there. And Ronald Darby, our free agency pickups, like from last year, like Mike Boone, he really didn't matter. He played good against the Chiefs, though. He's a special teams guy. Darby was actually an okay pickup. Kyle Fuller sucked. He was terrible. If we do bring him back, then I'm gonna be angry. I'm not gonna be happy unless he's a backup. Because Moody, I'd rather keep him there. But Surtain and Darby's gonna be the outside guys. See what happens from there. And then the special teams. My God, I am so glad Tom McMahon is gone. He was the worst. Our special teams was the worst, literally. Giving up 2 touchdowns, one to the Chargers, and then to Jacksonville. It's ridiculous. Just don't know what to say about it. He's terrible, like what to do. But I don't know. I'm just glad McMahon's fired. We need another special teams coach, and we'll see to go from there. I'm not worried about the defensive side of the ball. I'm worried about the offense. We have the right pieces. We just need the right staff and QB. I feel like Locke really is a guy, but he does not have the coaching staff. He needs a better coaching staff, something that's offensive minded. I'm just like head coaching. I either want Eric Bieniemy, Kellen Moore, or I wouldn't mind Brian Callahan back or Nathaniel Hackett. Somebody offensive minded. No more of these defensive minded head coaches because they get you nowhere. Unless it's Brian Flores, I definitely don't mind them. And then offensive coordinator, as an offensive coordinator, I personally want either a tight end coach or a wide receiver coach. Because I want Noah Fant to improve. He seems like a guy who can be like a top 5 tight end. I really want him to be a lot better. We need to utilize him a lot more. And a wide receiver coach because we have these good receivers, Judy, Patrick, Sutton, especially Sutton. I want Judy to be a bigger factor. Patrick, he's good where he's at, and we need a better O line. Mike Munchak's a good coach, but pieces. Right tackle's the worst. Cushionberry has to step up. Glasgow's injury prone. He sucks anyway. Dalton Risner's actually not bad. Garrett Bowles, he was incredible last year and this year. Now he's back. He's slowing down. But we'll see what happens. But this should Next year, I really think we could be better. Depends on what we do in the offseason. In the offseason, it'll determine who our head coach is, who our offensive coordinator is, our special teams coach, and we'll go from there. But it's been a roller coaster season. I had good expectations for this team. Von Miller got traded away. That was sad. Chubb was hurt most of the year. We had to rely on scrubs. Callahan was hurt for a good amount of time. Alexander Johnson, and Jewell sucked. I'd rather have Jewell as a backup, but Johnson can kick rocks. And as for the offense, my biggest disappointment was Melvin Gordon. Like the free agency signing that year, the best was obviously him because Glasgow no, and there was some other motherfucker that I don't know, but I can't remember. Oh, Boye and AJ Boye and Jarrell Casey both was terrible. So, but Gordon, he's gone this year. He has a fumbling problem. Especially what he did against the Chiefs. After what he did against the Chiefs, that was it. Because he was having a great game, but that fumble return for a touchdown, that was it. I've had enough. One week I finally give him some praise with him and Javonte Williams, but after that fumble, you can forget about him. He can go get money somewhere else. And if we re-sign him, I'm gonna be a little pissed off because I don't want another fumble master. Javonte Williams, he's better, he's more physical, and he's quicker, he's more determined. That's what I want. But I want to see this offense grow. I want to see Drew Lock better because in that Chiefs game, he's definitely improved. It's clearly shown. Those stats don't show you anything. But if you watch the actual game, who he delivered a pass to, how he throws it, how he buys himself time and be patient. Because by the way, he only had one sack in that game, and it was a sack when he tried to scramble, but it didn't work. And he's showing better. I'd rather take one more chance, one more, and if he screws up, because this is his last year in his rookie year, screws up one more time, then I'm completely done with him. Because by the way, Bridgewater, he's done unless he's a backup. If he's a backup, I wouldn't mind him behind Drew Lock because he's actually helped Drew Lock a little. Unlike Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco just let him rot. But that's the overall season, guys. Roller coaster ride, inconsistent once again. Terrible coaching staff that holds down these good young talents. And that's just basically it, guys. 7-10. Let me go over the schedule before we end this. The first game, we beat the Giants 27-13. Melvin Gordon was player of the game. Judy got hurt in that game. And the second game, we faced the Jags. Cortland Sutton was the player of the game. He played incredible in that game. We won 23-13, I think. Or was it 23-14? 23-13. Then we beat the Jets. We shut out the Jets 26-0. The player of the game, I think, was Tim Patrick. Tim Patrick, I think, was the player of the game in that one. Then against the Ravens, when we faced a real team, Bridgewater got hurt, and we lost 23-7. This is when the defense started falling apart. Defense played bad. Then we faced the Steelers. We could have won that game, but Bridgewater screwed us up in the last end with a last-second interception. He threw it right at a defender in the end zone. And we lost that game 27-19. The next game, we lost to the Raiders, losing 34-24. The defense just was completely terrible in that game, which is bad. Bridgewater threw 3 picks. That was ridiculous, and I couldn't do it. And as for then against the Browns, they didn't have Baker Mayfield or Kareem Hunt or Nick Chubb, and we still lost 17-14. That's ridiculous by Bridgewater. The defense played okay, except against the run. The run was terrible, but the offense was horrible. We beat Washington 17-10, but Melvin Gordon, he tried to cause the game. Justin Simmons was the player of the game. Shut up, Bondi. I don't want to hear it. Then we faced the Cowboys, which we blew out 30-16. Then we lost to the Eagles, who destroyed us because Gordon's a bum. And the defense, I don't know what happened. And then hold on. I gotta remember these schedules. Hold on, guys. After we faced the Eagles, who did we face after that? I think it was Kansas. I think it was KC. I think it was Kansas City actually. And we lost to them 22-9 because, you know, oh no, we faced the Chargers. The Chargers, and we beat them 28-13. Surtain was the player of the game. Then we faced KC, and Bridgewater played like crap in that game, throwing 2 picks, including the pick six. And then we faced the Lions, blew them out 38-10. We did it for Demaryius Thomas. Rest in peace, he died. Then we faced the Bengals, which we lost 15-10. We got screwed in that game. That wasn't down by contact. We faced the Raiders. Drew Lock, like first official start, and he didn't do too bad. Then against the Chargers, that was a terrible game. We had a practice squad team. Everyone was out. Lock, he didn't do that terrible, but then we faced the Chiefs, the last game of the season, the game that looked like we were actually going to win and spoil the Chiefs. But Melvin Gordon happened. But we're not going to talk about that. But it's been a long season. I'm just hope we get back to doing good. I feel like we can. But that's all I wanted to say, guys. See you guys later. Peace out.